We always like to welcome special guests, especially from our congressional delegation. And today we have Congressman, I like to say Dr. Rich McCormick, who is a congressman. And he is a congressman from the 7th Congressional District, and he's doing a wonderful job for us in Washington, D.C. When there's sometimes there's not a lot of good news that comes out of Washington. I can actually say that the work that Dr. Rich McCormick is doing is wonderful work. He's representing his people in District 7 very well. He's got a very decorated past. He's from his educational to his military service to his public service now as an elected official. It's really a great pleasure to have him down here today. And if y'all could give him your attention, and let's give him a warm welcome here, Dr. Rich McCormick.
It's great to be here with my fellow Georgians. Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Last time I had a public speech that made a lot of news. I think there are 4 news cameras and about 1,000 people. So this is kind of actually a smaller group than I'm used to. I want to recognize Doc over here and Sean, 2 great friends from the franchise developers and just fantastic people in general. I want to say especially thank you to my state legislators who do the heavy lifting. It used to be at one time in life that 2/3 of all government spending was at the state level, the way it was supposed to be, where states were empowered over the federal government. Now, that's all flipped. We have a bipartisan problem right now. Quite frankly, I remember when I was a popular guy. For those of you guys who don't know, I was a Marine pilot. Don't mean to brag, I could fly helicopters. It's kind of cool. Then I became an ER doctor. Everybody likes ER doctors, everybody likes Marines, everybody likes youth ministers, but then you go into politics. I'm sure you guys can probably identify by as soon as you put a D or an R next to your name, about half of America hates you instantly. And to top that off, they make you wear a tie, which is just incredibly painful for a guy who's worn scrubs or a flight suit all my life, basically pajamas all my life. Now they make me wear a tie. But we are witnessing history. And we do have something we need to tackle together as an American people, something that started not from one party, but from both parties. Something in 2004 that you saw this huge acceleration in government spending that we now all have to face as a nation, where we have a $37 trillion deficit that has to be paid by Democrats and Republicans and their children. And for the first time ever last year, we had interest payment on that $37 trillion that exceeded what we spend on the military. Now, there's never been a nation, for those of you who follow history, never been a nation who's ever survived that economically. So we have some big challenges that we don't do something now, our children will pay the price, because we've already been downgraded once. If they decide we're going to get downgraded again, they will up the interest that we're going to have to pay on that money that we owe. It'll be about $40 trillion by that time, and they'll add another $9 trillion in the next 10 years to our debt. It's irrecoverable. So I'm not going to celebrate this. These are going to be hard times. We're going to have to tighten our belt a little bit and realize that the government's not the answer to everything. As a matter of fact, if you're looking to fix education, don't start here. Start in the home. Start teaching your kids what's moral, what's right. Don't rely on the government to decide what's moral and right. The government's not God. The government's not church. The government's not community. The government's not family. The government is government. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, but let's take charge of our own family and self-determine. Now, you will all probably realize that Morehouse is my alma mater. That I was the first and only student body president at Morehouse School of Medicine that looks like I do. That's right. That's right. There's a reason for that, because I value friendships more than I value being right. In other words, I'm not going to be very influential to you if I try to convince you you're wrong. Matter of fact, I have yet to get on the internet and see somebody go, oh gosh, thank you for explaining I'm an idiot. Thank you very much. I've changed my mind. It doesn't happen. I keep on telling kids, if you want to be influential, stop trying to win an argument, try to win a friend. And then you'll find real influence. So we need to work on this together. It's not a partisan issue. If we don't solve Social Security's ills, there will be an automatic cut in about 7 years. We won't vote on that. 21% cut for everybody. So let's work together and make sure we preserve everything that everybody's supposed to get, that is getting it right now. Everybody who's about to get it. That's a bipartisan issue. And you know what? There's bipartisan solutions to that. As long as we can set our politics aside just for a second to come up with real solutions, we can do that. No reason to shout at each other over that. No reason to work against each other for that. But let's come together as Americans first and realize that we have one goal: to keep liberty, to keep this union, and to benefit the American people. God bless you, and Semper Fidelis. Thank you.